Hi global entrepreneurs, welcome to BGI's YouTube channel. We've had quite an interesting couple of months interviewing key stakeholders in the Portuguese startup ecosystem. We've interviewed investors to startup founders to policymakers. Our goal is to shine some light on the innovation and entrepreneurial ecosystem in Portugal. We hope you enjoy this episode. Thank you, Margarida and Nuno, for joining us on this, giving us this opportunity to speak with you. Just for a short moment, I don't know if you mind introducing yourself so that we can get to know you better.
Okay, thank you, Otis, and BGI for this opportunity to talk about the city, about Lisbon. My name is Margarida Figueiredo. I'm the General Director for Economy and Innovation of the City Council. And I work the strategy of the city in the economic way, and I'm very happy in the city. So,
okay, hello. My name is Nuno, and I work with Margarida. I work in the research and foresight unit of the municipality, and we are very happy to have you here.
Thank you. So there's a lot happening in Lisbon. Okay, so Lisbon is also home to some of the biggest startups here in Portugal. There's a lot of innovation going on. The Web Summit is coming here. What makes Lisbon special?
Well, I think it's most of all the people, the talent, and the hard work. like supported by a unique environment, enable the city development as it is right now. Much of what happened is the result of a strong ambition and a global and actional vision for Lisbon as one of the most competitive, creative and innovative cities of Europe. That's our vision and our strategy, and we work in that.
Okay. So one of the major things about Lisbon, the positive Lisbon, is the fact that the Web Summit came to Lisbon, and I can imagine there are so many other cities that the Web Summit might or could have gone to. So like, what were some things that the municipality did? I believe that the municipality must have been sort of critical into attracting the Web Summit to Lisbon. I don't know if there's any insights you can share as to how you attracted the Web Summit to come to Lisbon.
Well, first we helped to create this fantastic entrepreneurial ecosystem. This is very unique entrepreneurial ecosystem in the world, I think, because it's very organic. In the beginning, we helped to create with some public supports in some areas this ecosystem. But then the people, the talent that we have here and that we attracted permit that create this dynamic ecosystem, and we have to quality of life, the environment, the business environment, with the quality of life that we provide to the people, for the people who work here and who live here, and to visit Lisbon. It's very nice. The people feel comfortable here. I don't know.
Yes, I think those were some of the key elements for the attraction of the Web Summit. We are not talking about diplomatic moves or we're not talking about specific actions. We're talking about something that was being born and actually made it possible to be on a short list. In the first place, and that's the thing that the municipality is more focused about. It's in attracting people and talent and companies, of course, but most of all to put Lisbon on the short list. Then those who make the decision will compare the different cities and different spots, and then they decide. But in the beginning is to be there, to be a choice. And I think that's the main difference, because probably like 15 years ago, maybe Lisbon wasn't part of the shortlist and wasn't a choice.
Yes, but is for that, and because we have a lot of innovation in the process. So it's good to create that kind of environments. for the Web Summit. We have good Wi-Fi.
Yes, we do. Yes. And on all the buses as well, good Wi-Fi on the buses and the metro stations. So that's really good. Yes.
It's a good characteristic.
Yeah, that's fantastic. It's interesting you mentioned that about 10 to 15 years ago, maybe Lisbon might not have been on the discussion about bringing the Web Summit. It's amazing how things have changed from 10 to 15 years ago. Nobody was really talking about startups, innovation, but right now it's like, it's all we could all talk about. I mean, there's so much changes happening in Lisbon right now, and I can imagine the municipality is trying to cope with all these new changes that are happening. I don't know if you'd like to discuss on those that changed from that time to now.
Yes, I think the people in Lisbon have an open mindset towards new ideas and concepts. So it's more easier, I think. And but in the municipality, they have the vision to go to adjust and to create some initiatives to help create this kind of innovation and creativeness. So it helps.
If you move back to 10 years ago, we were like in the middle of a storm. A big financial crisis followed by the public debt crisis. So it was like in the middle of a problem.
Yes.
And at that time, the city adopted this vision that Margarida was talking about, to transform Lisbon in one of the most competitive, innovative, and creative cities in Europe. To say that in the middle of that crisis brought some skepticism to some of the listeners. Well, let's see if you survive, not if you can achieve that. But actually, to say today proves a little bit of the difference. To say today, people find it natural. If we say that our vision is to transform Lisbon in one of the most innovative, creative, and competitive cities in Europe, people will say, okay, that's acceptable. So it's pretty much part of our success. We see it as, okay, we have achieved some part of the goal. If people are not skeptical anymore, and now they are accepting the vision, it's because it's not because we say it a lot. I hope it's because something have changed, and most of that changes was because some part of the change was because we had a vision and a strategy. A strategy to attract people and talent, a strategy to promote organic growth and to make Lisbon a startup city, a strategy with strategic clusters, and a strategy with knowledge and innovation in the middle of that. Sometimes people don't realize the dimension of the city of Lisbon as a university city. But it's a very important. It's the equivalent of 1/5 of the population of the city, the number of students in tertiary education in the city. So it's very impactful. Very, very important.
And that's critical for innovation in any city, having that core base. And it's very interesting how you said that, sometimes people think innovation just happens, but from your discussion right now, it's clear that there was a deliberate action by the municipalities to put things in place so as to attract innovation, so as to cause this kind of change. And that's very interesting. I don't know, you wanted to add something more?
No, I just add that kind of initiative, the municipalities combined with the effort of another partners, like private companies, institutions, and the civil society. Because in the municipality, we work with partners always in all our projects. This is very important to involve all the community. And that's why I think this ecosystem is so organic and is so global. This is very, very interesting experience.
So I just want to talk about, the other thing I want to talk about is the fact that, especially being a part of the municipality, one of the major things, you have to deliver some services to the public, and sometimes people call for greater innovation into delivering of information or delivery of services, public services to the community. I wanted to know if you could talk about some of the initiatives you have in place so as to that you're using to incorporate innovation. Maybe it's through working through some acceleration program or using some new style of technology. Like, for example, Wi-Fi on the buses is I think what for me is one of the best parts of this one. I see that as one of the ways the municipality is leveraging on technologies to improve communication. I don't know if there's any other ways the municipality is adopting innovation in
Yes, in the city, and we promote the creation of innovation. We have a acceleration program called Smart Open Lisboa.
Okay.
That is, we invite the startups to create or develop some product or some service that help us, the municipality, to resolve a challenge. I don't know, like in the water, in the gardens, or in the energy, or something like that. And it was very success.
Yes,
Now we are beginning the fifth edition. It is about mobility, on mobility, and to engage all of the enterprises, public and private enterprises that works with mobility, to work and to resolve several challenging problems, the mobility of the city, like parks, like tickets and everything. It's a very, very interesting initiative. And others.
We want to focus very much on transforming Lisbon as an open innovation lab, the city as a lab. So we want to promote the city as the space for innovation. And to do that, we promote the acceleration programs that Margarida was talking about, and we promote what you were talking about too, that is better conditions everywhere, like having Wi-Fi on public transports, and having people to move more on public transports. By the way, it's been a very good movement of the city to have a very short price monthly ticket for the public transportations for the whole metropolitan area, integrated in the same one. It was a very important move to have soft mobility, the bike lanes, the bikes, the scooters, the aspects that we can move from one place to the other in a very soft mobility with the city as a service. But we want to promote the city as an open innovation lab. So we made some hotspots for innovation, for instance. There are very specific points of the city where innovators can test their products, underwater, for instance, or on open field, or in the air. They can test their products more connected with robotics and stuff like that, but also on public spaces to promote innovation, to try to test new solutions. And we are very open to that. We want to attract companies to do that.
Okay. And then so more or less my last question is that, so it takes a lot to run a complex, there's so many moving parts, especially when we're in municipalities. Like, it's different from, say, a private where it's just like a micro. This is like monitoring so many things at the same time. So some people would want to perhaps maybe one day in the future sort of be in this kind of position where they can have impact. What is the daily life? What is your daily activity like running this smart office?
Well, it's very active, and because we, like Nuno said, and we have our strategy. It's based on 4 points, like attracting investments. It's promote the entrepreneurship. It's promote the knowledge and innovation, and the potential growth clusters, strategic clusters. So we have several projects in each area, and we must think in the future how we're going to work, what kind of projects that we must think for we prepare to the future in full of rapid changes. And nowadays, we are working the future of work, of Lisbon, in the sustainability, in the environment, in the mobility. It's a very, very dynamic day. For instance, we work a lot with Made of Lisboa. That is our platform of our entrepreneurial ecosystem to connect all of the entrepreneurial ecosystem to work with us. And because our way of work, it's every day with the people that we are working for. So it's a very busy day.
Busy day.
Yes. But it's nice.
Yes.
It's nice. In the end of the day, it's nice but we have some issues less interesting, like issues of bureaucracies or government. But almost the day, it's very interesting. I don't know.
Yes, for that I have the soft part. Otherwise, well, I'm the research guy, so I'm with the research team, so we can afford not to be connected with everyone all the time. Okay. But to do things like this, with this kind of commitment, like Margarida was saying, that we do things with others. We try to federate people, we try to involve, we try to do things with the stakeholders of the city and not by ourselves. Of course, there's a lot of trouble, there's a lot of work in being with others. We have to be with others all the time, and we have to be to make team with many different stakeholders and many different people, so things can happen in the city. In the end, the success will be the success of the city, not like the head of the department or the municipality by itself.
Yes, and we know from coming here, we know it's a very, very busy day, so many activities. So thank you once again for giving us time, accommodating us in your schedule. So the last question is that, so what do you hope for Lisbon in the next 5 years? Where do you see Lisbon in the next 5 years?
I see Lisbon as one of the most innovative, competitive and creative cities of the world.
Okay. Not just Europe,
yes, of the world. I think we are preparing. Of course, we are facing the international challenge.
Yes.
But I think we are preparing our talent, our companies, our startups for the future. We are working for that. So I think Lisbon, it's in 5 years.
5 years, yes.
It's the most trained and the interesting city in the world.
Fantastic.
I work for that. I don't know.
So that brings us to the end. So I want to say thank you again for this amazing insights to Lisbon and what makes Lisbon special. Thank you very much for giving us the opportunity, Margarida and Nuno. Thank you, and we hope to do this sometime soon again.
Okay, thank you very much for the opportunity for us to talk about our city. Now we work in the city. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, I hope you really enjoyed that video. If you want to know more about Portuguese startup ecosystem as well as the top promising scale-ups in Portugal, make sure you go to our website at www.scaleupportugal.tech and download all our reports that we've written for the ecosystem. So if you just want to find out about what other activities we do regarding the ecosystem, how we accelerate startups here in Portugal, also make sure you go to www.bgi.pt and send us an email and we'll get back to you. Thank you.